In this lecture, we will show you the different math function, how we can import those math function and use in Python. So suppose if you want to do the square root of any value, that square root of 25, so it will not show you because square root is a function that is under that is that we can import when a math function will be called over here. So math function is not imported in this Python. So now if I import this one, import math, so math is now imported. Now I have to mention that square root is a function that is a part of this math function, right? So we have to mention that math dot square root. Now if we write 45, I don't know what is the value of square root of 45. So if I type x, then it will show you that 6.7. So as I don't know what is the value of square root of 45, so let us try with 36. So in this case the value of x is 6. So not only the square root, we can use the floor function, ceiling function, or the power to use the power function. Like as earlier we have shown that to suppose I need the value of 2 to the power of 3. So in that case what we are doing, 2 star star 3, that means it is giving me the value of 2 to the power 3. So instead of this one we can use the power function over here. We can use the power function. Let's see that how the power function works. Suppose if I write x equal to, sorry, I have to mention math dot pow 2 comma 3. So the value of x is 8. So you can take any other value also. Suppose if I take 4 comma 5, so it is showing me the values of 1024. So in this way we can use the power function. Not only that, we can use the floor or ceiling functions. So let me see that what is the floor or ceiling function. Suppose if I write before that, let me discuss what is floor function and what is ceiling function. As it is mentioned with the name, it signifies the same thing. That means a floor function a floor function means that if a value suppose 2.3, so its ceiling value will be 3 and its floor value will be 2. That means the lowest positive integers, nearest positive lower integer is 2, and the higher positive upper integer value is 3. So for 2.5, if I consider, the floor function value will be 2. So similarly for 7.5, the floor function value will be 7 and the ceiling function value will be 8. So this one also we can import through math function. So suppose if I write y equal to, sorry, y equal to math dot floor 4.32. So the y value, the floor value will be 4. Similarly, if I use the ceiling function, CIL, ceiling, then ceiling value will be 5. In this way we can use all the floor functions or the ceiling functions also. But the cumbersome thing is that every time I have to use that math as the floor function, whether it is floor function or ceiling function or power, so every time I have to use that to mention that math function. So instead that is it possible to use m only? So suppose I am writing y equal is the same thing, math.cell. Instead of this, will it work if I write only m.cell? It will not work because the Python doesn't know what is m. Is there any m function is already present within my Python compiler or not? And if it is present, whether I have imported this one or not, this one is also not clear to me. So what can I do? That I can take an alias. So let me check how to take the alias. So if I write that import math as import math as m, that means wherever I can use either math dot floor or I can use that m dot floor also. Now it will work. Now if I write m dot still, it will work and y value will be 5. So not only that, I can use, instead of m I can use math also. It will show, give me the same result. So these are the things that we can use. Not only that, the other options, suppose if I want the pi value, that can also be done through math function. Or if I want any other constant value, suppose e value, so these values also I can get. Now within my math functions, I have seen that we can do the floor function, we can use floor function, ceiling function, power, or if I want to take the pi values or the e values, not only the square root, so all those values we can use. Now out of those different types of functions, we want to use only specific functions, not all the functions. As we have already imported over there, so it is not possible to show that whether we can draw a specific types of functions or not. But what we can do that, we can restart it, and after restarting, mind it that those the math function that we have drawn, that will not work again. So we have to import that math function again, once again. So I am closing this one and calling Python program, sorry, once again. Now, if I want to import, if I want to use that square root function again, x equal to sqrt, then 25. So it is not going to work again. Now what I have to do, that I have to import the math functions. But in this case, we'll use something different to call this math functions. So what I will do, that import math, or sorry, right, from math import square root sqrt comma pow function. So it will import only these values. As we have instead of math function, entire math functions, we have imported only square root and pow. Now directly we can use this square root and pow. So if I write square root of 100, so it will give you the direct values. Not only that, if you write pow 8 comma 9, it will give you the direct value. But if you want to know that the value of pi, so if you write the pi function, it will not work because the pi we have not imported, or e, it will not work, or still function or floor function. Suppose if I write floor 4.5, it is not going to show me the floor function, nor neither the still function value also. 4.5, those values it is not going to show me. Sorry. Now till now we have discussed about the different features of math functions and how we can use it in a generalized manner or in a specific manner. Now we will see that how to write lines of code in Python through an IDE. So already we have installed over here the PyCharm, JetBrains PyCharm. PyCharm is one of the popular IDE that is available for Python. So this one has two edition. One is the community edition, which is free to use. Another is the commercial edition, which is the complete versions of PyCharms available. where you can, apart from Python, you can run the other codes also, other libraries and codes, everything, and the compilers, interpreter, everything is available, and you can configure your own interpreter. Now, apart from this, Sublime Text is also another popular interpreter that we can use. So, if you want to create a new project in PyCharm, so what you have to do, file, go to a new project, create your new projects. So already I have created one project. Now this project name I am giving a second project. Now this window I want to create this second project. Now it is creating the virtual environment for this project. Okay, the second project and its external libraries and everything is being created. Now what I have to do, that I have to write a code. Now to write a code, you have to mention that what interpreter you want to use, what environment you want to create. So new scratch file, click on new scratch file. Here you will find out different interpreters and compilers are available: DTD, editor, config, HTML, JQL, JSON, Markdown, plain text, Python, regular expression, Relax, XHTML, XML, YAML. So everything is available. Out of this, we will use only Python over here. Now in Python, so we'll write our own Python program. So simple Python program that we are going to write. That is two variables are there: a equal to 10 and b equal to 5. So we want to swap these two variables. So without earlier for C program, when we have seen C programming, we can swap these two variables by introducing a new variable, right? Suppose we are using a temp variable where we are putting the value of a. So if I put the value of a, so what should be the value? What should be the value of temp now? A value is 10, so value of temp will be over here 10, right? Now what I am doing, that temp equal to a, then a equal to b. That means the value of b is provided on temp on a. Now what should be the value of a now? Value of a equal to the value of b, that is 5. Now next what I am doing, that b equal to 10, the simplest program that I am writing, then the value of b, that case it will become 10 because the temp value is 10. Now if I print both a and b, print a and print b. So this is the simple line of code I am writing. Now let us run this program. So some error it is showing at line 1. Let us see that what error. Actually, the error is due to the indentation error. That means it has shifted by 1 bit. So right now we have cleared this one. Now we can see that the earlier the value of a is 10 and b is 5, and the value has been swapped with 5 and 10. Now this also we have done, that how to swap these two variable without without introducing a third variable, that is without using temp, how to swap these two variables. So that also you have done in C, that the simple formula is that put a equal to a plus b. So if I put a equal to a plus b, what will happen, that the value of a over here the value of a over here will become 15. Now next what we'll do that b equal to a minus b. So earlier the value of a is 15 and b is 5. Now the 15 minus 5, now the value of b will become 10, right? The value of b will become 10. Now the value of a is equal to a minus b again. A minus b, now the value of a is right now 15 and b equal to 10, b then 15 minus 10, that value will become 5. Now let us print the value of a and the value of b. Let's see what happens. Then again we will find out that the value has become swapped. Now not only that, in Python we can use simply without using this lines of code, without we can write it like this: a comma b equal to b comma a. Simply what it will do, that whatever be the value of a, that will be shifted at b, and whatever be the value of b, that will be shifted from a. So the same code will run and it will give you the same kind of results. So hope you have understood. Instead of this values, if I put some other values over there, this case also, if we run this one, and you'll find out the value will become shifted.